Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about the recently launched ChatGPT Marketplace for GPTs, they're calling them instead of apps. It has been released and yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. It's kind of the next big marketplace that's been launched since the Apple App Store. And of course, that favored a lot of the first to market apps that got there. And so let's jump across to my screen and see what apps have been released already, how the featured system works, because we all know with app stores, if you appear in the recently launched featured lists, typically you see some success. However, if you don't get enough reviews or feedback or people using it in that time period, often you would fall off the cliff into the unknown ether of the black box, which is the marketplace algorithm that promotes people who are apps that are doing well. And we'll also have a little chat about monetization. If you wanted to create a GPT yourself, I'll go through some of the ones that I've created, and you're welcome to try them out. We don't know about monetization too much yet. It's still very unknown. It's kind of like they're just launching the MVP of the marketplace, and they will iterate to a solution that benefits the creators and themselves, of course. So let's jump across to my screen and we'll have a look at the marketplace. All right, so here we are looking at the marketplace. It's kind of like the way you get to it is from your GPT account. You go to Explore GPTs, and then you can search for public GPTs. You can discover and create all of the GPTs here. I have searched for mine. They are available in here as well, which is cool. It's good to see that it's available. Um, some of these featured ones are already getting quite a bit of traction. So the first ones are just the first section they've got here is just featured. Then there's the trending ones. So that's been changing quite a bit, I've noticed over the last couple of days since the launch of the marketplace. And yeah, so I kind of expected a AI to PDF chat with your PDF one to appear up here, but there's some interesting ones here as well. There's another PDF research one here. Then you've got ones specifically by ChatGPT. Then you've got ones that are relating to DALL-E. You can always load more. Last night that wasn't working for me, but we'll see. Yep, looks like it's loading more now today. You've got story convert photos into Pixar style illustrations, um, creative partner and consistent character design. Some interesting ones here. Creating a logo. Some of them it's hard to tell whether they're using just the out of the box features of the of DALL-E 3, which is built into ChatGPT these days, and maybe some of them are actually using custom actions and APIs. So you have to kind of use them to figure out what how involved it is. Some of them you may require a subscription because it's already connected to a SaaS API. I'll give you an example of that soon. And we've got a writing category. So everything about writing. We've got SEO. We've got humanizing your text. Uh, write for me. Humanize your text. Productivity section. So you've got a directory of GPTs. You've got video GPT. I'll show you that one shortly. That was interesting, and it gives you sort of some clue on how people may be integrating them um, into their own APIs. So sorry, my face is probably right in the middle of the way. See if I can move it a bit over here. Then we have uh, research and analysis, programming assistance, education, maths, MBA, and then lifestyle ones. It's interesting that lifestyle's at the bottom, so it kind of gives you a bit of a feel for what people use ChatGPT for more than others. I created a lifestyle one, and none of them have appeared in these featured sections yet. I'm not sure what determines that. I think over time they're going to be rotating that to see which ones become most useful for their users, because of course the end goal is to keep people on the platform. Um, let's jump over and have a look at Video GPT by Veed. I found this quite interesting. Um, oh, here we go. I've got a topic that I've previously done. So I'll jump back to the beginning of this conversation. It's like when you first launch, it's like let's create a video, and so that's the only option you have. I mean, you can type something, but um, the pre-configured prompt is let's create a video. So great, excited to help you create a video. To get started, could you tell me about the theme or topic? I said AI and Elon Musk, and he said interesting choice. And she said, can you specify an angle? Said Elon Musk's views on AI, his involvement in AI through companies like Neuralink and OpenAI, comparison of Musk's AI predictions with current AI developments, any specific details. I said, let's go with three. So great choice. And she kind of did a draft concept of the video. I said she. I don't know why I'm referring to ChatGPT as she. Um, who knows? The video will start by highlighting some of Elon Musk's well-known predictions. Oh, I know why. It's because the video it creates ended up creating a female voice. So yeah, I refer to ChatGPT as she now. If this aligns with your vision, say continue. So I just said continue, and so it went through this process of I had to allow a custom action where it goes out and talks to v.io, and then it came back and basically I watched it real time, paste the link of the video that was created, and then it's not actually an embedded video here, it's just an image, kind of like a thumbnail of the video it was created. And then it says your video was generated successfully. Remember if the video script voice um, stock assets or music don't match exactly what you're using for, you can easily edit the project in Veed's video editor. Click on the thumbnail above and watch the video to start editing. So it doesn't look like you can edit the video here. So, I mean, obviously Veed's whole business model is using their online editor. So let's click through and check that out. What's interesting is though, so this is actually going to load the Veed online video editor completely, where I can preview, play, edit, snip, add stock, add text, which I think is really cool. And I'm not signed in and I haven't updated anything. So this is kind of an interesting integration into a SaaS, which I think is a good way to get more users for sure.
Elon Musk,
So you can probably hear.
the
So
visionary entrepreneur, has long been vocal about his concerns and predictions regarding artificial intelligence. He once said, "With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon." But how do his predictions align with the current state of AI? Let's dive in.
So it's created a TikTok style 9 by 16 video, and it goes for 1 minute and 17 seconds, which is quite interesting. It's used all stock footage, and it's created a voiceover. It's obviously done some kind of script. So this is where you would then go through and edit it. A lot of these videos are 16 by 9 videos, and so they don't look great on 9 by 16 videos. It's got captions. The captions aren't necessarily engaging. It's not kind of at the level where you would want to post this on TikTok, but I'm not here to analyze that. I'm more here to analyze how cool that experience was. It was quite simple. I had a small chat. It went and created this video. It, in the back end, made an API call to the Veed.io, probably private API, created the video based on the context that was passed to it from ChatGPT, and given you access to an area where you can then edit it. I think the the accuracy of the video and the engagement of the video will improve over time, but it's kind of a good uh, indication on where things are going. It's a quick way to fire up a concept, get the proof of concept video created, make some small tweaks, and then export it and publish it. So like it's pretty cool process. I thought that was cool. And of course, you're still adhering to the SaaS platform's plan, so it's still prompting me to sign in. So probably can only export at a certain resolution, might have the watermark on there, still has their branding on there or something like that. So then I would go in and sign up to a plan to output the video. So I think now it's in their best interest to make sure these videos are the most engaging as possible. So I as a user would be going like, oh, this is awesome. I would don't need to make too many changes. Just need to tweak some things here and there, do some fact checks, and update the script maybe, and then export it. But then if I can, if my goal is to do that consistently every day to output content, then yeah, then I would, definitely sign up for a plan. So that's pretty cool example of ChatGPT. I've got a couple ones here, which one is in the lifestyle thing, which in hindsight probably wasn't the best one. That's called Race Pace. So if you're interested in running and training for a marathon, using sort of zone 2 training and improving your VO2 max, this is a GPT that I created because that's what I'm interested in. So can I get a personal training plan? It asks you a bunch of questions about where you're currently at, and then it uses the latest research and knowledge on VO2 max and training for marathons, your heart rate variability, um, yeah, to suggest a holistic approach to achieving your goals in a certain amount of time. So yeah, that's pretty cool. The other one is Topic Titan. It's a SEO topical authority, so you can find these in. So if you just type in topic, um, Topic Titan is right there. You type in race pace, and race pace typically shows up as well. But I think there's a lot of there it is there, a lot of people on here at the moment. So yeah, the Topic Titan's great if you're into writing blogs. So it's if you enter in your niche, essentially you can create a topical map of all the articles you need to write, and then it can help you craft the content as well. So that's pretty cool, and I'm thinking about integrating it into other more advanced APIs as well to do more comprehensive backlink research and stuff like that. But it kind of depends on their model, the pricing models that they're going to release. And that's what probably a good segue into that. So the pricing models sounds like it's going to be like it's going to favor the GPTs and the creators who create the GPTs that bring in the most uh, engagement onto the platform, and it would be more of a revenue sharing model as opposed to like the Apple App Store where uh, you set your own price and then they take a percentage of that, and you have in-app. Nothing's preventing you from having in-app if you have a separate SaaS product, a micro SaaS or something, just like Veed, nothing's preventing you from doing that. It's kind of a really good, seems like a good lead generation marketplace to generate leads for your SaaS, and then you still have your own revenue model in your SaaS. But then the ones that are, um, there's probably going to be two types of GPTs on here. There'll be ones that are solely on the GPT platform and it's completely independent, and then there'll be ones that are hybrid GPT but take people to their own applications to finish the process or to have a subscription there. So that's kind of two kind of buckets that I can see happening. Yeah, so that's the GPT Marketplace. It'd be interesting to see where it goes over the next few weeks. I think they said they're going to be rotating these features listings. So hopefully at one point one of mine will appear for a day or an hour or something, and we'll see whether it generates any interest. Yeah, so the one of the biggest challenges is, of course, that if you've built a GPT through ChatGPT alone and haven't implemented any custom actions, which no doubt the marketplace already has thousands of those in place, um, one of the concerns a lot of people have is it's so easy to replicate by just reverse engineering, doing some prompt reverse engineering and creating a prompt because it is quite simple to create a GPT in the marketplace. So there is an argument to be had that the most successful ones will be the ones that have custom actions that implement with a third-party solution. It could be integrating with a SaaS and pull people into a SaaS. It could be just a simple microservice, back-end microservice like a Lambda function or API, where it just goes and it calls the custom action is to call this little thing that does a certain task. It might call a heap of them that does certain tasks and aggregates all the information together inside the GPT. Thing is, it will have to be quick. Uh, so yeah, then I think that's probably what V faced is like generating a video can take a long time. Um, so they were able to generate a link to a preview of the video before it's even rendered. Which is kind of cool. So an interface where you can go in and just see the layers and all the grunt work's done by the web server on their end. So by the time you click the link, all the references to the clips are already there. So it's quite efficient. And then all it's doing is returning a link to that interface. But if you then go to export that video, it's doing the full export, which takes a long time. But if you were doing a ChatGPT, which is a video generator, and it returns a link to the finished video, you would probably have to wait a few minutes for the video to be rendered and then put back. So I think if you are doing custom actions, you need to make sure that the actions respond quickly, and it's just general good API design and architecture is to make it sort of asynchronous and have a really quick response time. But it does limit you on the type of grunt work that you could be doing unless you're farming out to supercomputers. If it's crunching data, doing machine learning, if it's making predictions, if it's generating content or video in the back end and then returning it back to ChatGPT, they could take too long, and then the user experience is not great when you're just chatting. So that's just something that I'm working through in my own head to get ideas on how to build a GPT that's super responsive. I mean, ChatGPT is already suffering from speed issues because of how many users there are. We don't want to add to that. Yeah, so yeah, I'd love to hear your experience with GPTs. Let me know if there is any GPT particularly you like. I can do a tutorial on how to create one if you're interested in doing that. We could look at potentially creating some custom actions. I've got a few ideas on how we can do that. You can you could create your own custom actions calling things like Zapier potentially. Um, you can get people to sign into certain platforms if it's got a free API. That's the thing is probably integrating to paid APIs is a little bit challenging until you know the revenue model more because you need to be able to cover your costs on that. One of the other options is a lot of things like CRMs and social media sort of scheduling apps have free APIs, and then actually people sign in their existing subscription, so they're the ones already paying for it. So you can do like an OAuth 2.0 sign-in workflow where they have to go and just allow access to ChatGPT to their account by logging in, and then they have access to the personal account data. So that was something I was interested in because you can do some pretty cool stuff. You could integrate with sales suggestions for a CRM. You could integrate with so I'll switch back to the main camera. You could integrate with uh, say like a um, personal fitness coach to get access to personal data on a third party service which has that personal data. Um, but there's a lot of also privacy concerns you got to think about too, because ChatGPT, they train on some of this data. I think do have an options inside the GPT to not allow that. Um, so yeah, you'd have to have when you do a custom action, you have to have a privacy policy, you have to have a website, you have to have a verified builder profile, and stuff like that. So I've set mine up to do that. But there may still be some other ramifications on the third party software that you need to think about too, if you're integrating two different services. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'm just starting out on YouTube, so any support would be great. If you could like and subscribe and share my video, that would be greatly appreciated. Let me know if there's any content that specifically that you want me to create. I'm early on, so I could just create content based on user queries. So just let me know, and I'd be happy to jump on and create that for you.